Walter Butler became the 11th Earl of Ormond and 4th Earl of Ossory after his uncle Black Tom died in 1614. Unlike his Protestant uncle, Walter was a devout Catholic and was known as Walter of the Beads. In addition to his new titles, Walter had expected to inherit Black Tom's estates. Richard Preston, the husband of Black Tom's only daughter Elizabeth, and also the first Earl of Desmond, thought the estate should be passed down to him and his wife. The dispute was ultimately settled by King James, who had a close relationship with Richard and just so happened to be a Protestant. Even though Walter seemed to have a better legal case, King James awarded most of Black Tom's estates, including Kilkenny Castle, to Richard and Elizabeth. Walter voiced so much opposition to the king's decision that he was sent to prison for the next 8 years. To add insult to injury, the king brought a quo warranto writ against Walter that challenged his hereditary right to the Palatine of Tipperary. Because he was in prison, Walter was unable to respond to the writ. This allowed King James to take back the Palatine that had belonged to the head of the Butler family for almost 400 years. Unfortunately for Walter, his troubles didn't end there. While he was in prison, his son and heir Thomas, who was Viscount Thurles, drowned in a shipwreck. After finally agreeing to submit to the king's original ruling, Walter was released from prison in 1625. For a while, he lived in Drury Lane, London with his grandson, James Butler. In 1629, this grandson married Elizabeth Preston, his cousin and the daughter of Richard Preston, the same Richard Preston he had fought with over his inheritance. Any residual animosity that may have existed within the family was diluted by the fact that both Richard and his wife had died the previous year. More importantly, the marriage once again united the Ormond estates. Walter died at Carrick-on-Shore in 1633. Because his son and heir predeceased him, the earldom of Ormond passed to his grandson, James.